Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all? It has been a while since I did one of these videos. Looks like a month, roughly. Within that month, my world has turned upside down in a very positive way. First off, I hope everyone is happy and healthy. Hope you had a good Easter, St. Patrick's Day. Hope you had a wonderful time with friends and family if you were able to. I hope you're all very healthy. I hope you're all very happy. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. About a month ago, I decided to basically kick my life into hyperdrive to get back on track. So let's go over a few things while we can, shall we? I decided to finally start the process of moving out of here. Unfortunately, that's gone extremely slow. Haven't gotten the kind of support I would like to from my insurance company plus this facility. Both I understand. I don't justify both, but I understand why. Nonetheless, that's slowly progressing forward. Hopefully, we'll get to a point to where we'll get that moving in the right direction this week, I hope. Since we last spoke, I've had to go to a vascular clinic to get clearance. Tell you that story here in a second. I also had to get another CAT scan on my pelvis to get more measurements for my hip attachments that they're going to screw into my pelvis. The vascular clearance story, real quick, is quite funny and shows a lot of the problem with our current healthcare system in this country. So my surgeon was nervous about my vascular issues because I have calcified arteries, because I used to be a giant blob of a human being. Sexy, but a sexy blob. Wanted me to get clearance, didn't know if we had proper blood flow, etc., etc., etc. So I set up to go to a specialized vascular clinic. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's connected to a bank. Very strange. I get there. Of course, there's like 17 people assigned at the exact same time as I am, so no one gets seen in time, because another problem is everybody's just trying to get crammed in billable hours nonstop. So I wait about an hour and 15 minutes. This guy comes in with an assistant. Nice. I'm Dr. So and such. I'll never remember his name. Hey, bud, why are you here? Why am I here? You're a part of the KU system. You know why I'm here. You have all the paperwork you ever need inside of a laptop. So that proceeds. We tell the story. So then he checks my account or my records and said that, well, you had your toe amputated last year, right? I said, yep. So he takes a look at that and he goes, well, that healed up. You got blood flow there. Okay. He checks behind my kneecap and feels a pulse. Yep. Got blood flow there. He kind of jabs at my hip and checks for a pulse. And you got a pulse there. Turns to me and he goes, you're good. I'm good. You're clear. All good. I'll tell your surgeon you're all good. Sir? I said, listen, man. Surgeons freak out. They always try to get every possible scenario cleared out prior to getting surgery done. Stuff I already knew. Blah, 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 so on and so forth. I'll tell him you're good to go. Thank you. Have a good day. Less than, honestly, 8 to 10 minutes max. Don't even know what the cost of that was. I'm sure it was several $100s. Waste of efficiency. But good stuff. I'm cleared. So we had another CAT scan on my hip once again, because the maker of the 3D model of the hip attachment that's getting drilled into my pelvis wanted more precise measurements, so I had to get that done. Another strange office building in the middle of nowhere with a giant CAT scan machine that's worth $3 or $4 million, but that's how science is today. Knocked that out of the park. Surgery still on track. I have no deadline, no date, no nothing, but that's where we're at. I decided to go back to college. That's right. Go Mean Green, or whatever the hell they're called now. I'm pretty sure it's Mean Green. But I'm going back to UNT. I've enrolled. I'm going through the trials and tribulations of trying to get funding for that. It's only 6 hours of class, but I've got an enormous student debt from 2 lifetimes ago. that I have to get discharged, hopefully, because I'm disabled, and do all that jazz. So that started. You got to send 22 emails and personalized statements and all sorts of random nonsense to get these things done, but they got to be done. So I'm working on that. I'm taking an international management course starting May the 10th. So that is literally like 3 weeks away, which is kind of crazy. And then taking a supply chain management course in June or July. I'm not sure which summer session I'm enrolled in, but I'm taking courses then as well. Once I get that done, I will only need 3 one-hour courses, which are kind of like requirements that didn't exist when I went to UNT. I originally majored in finance. I walked, thought I graduated. I did not graduate. I failed 2 courses. One course was a class that literally I don't think any human being should have passed anyway. It was an accounting course taught by a CEO of an accounting firm from Dallas at the time who did not teach us a damn thing, but that's how that works. The other one was an international banking course, which still blows my mind because I don't know how anybody's supposed to do that nonsense either, but so be it. But the moral of the story is I'm going back to college, and I'm going to close a loophole in my life that I am very embarrassed and sad that I never took seriously enough to finish up in the first place. That's one of my true life regrets. I'm wrapping that up, getting that done. So that's exciting, stressful. I haven't studied anything in 16 years. But I'm going to have the time to do it based upon my schedule and my plans in the next 6 to 12 months. I don't think I'll have any more time in my life than I'll have in the next 6 to 12 months. I'm on disability. That'll give me some income if I do get an apartment, which is my goal. If not, I'll go to another facility, hopefully a step up with some more freedom. If not, whatever. But I'll still have a system in place to where I have a support net around me to where I can really, really dive into studying and getting these things done the right way. So I'm very excited about that. I'm a little stressed out about the steps I got to go through to pay for it, but it'll get done. I decided to taper myself further off pain medications. For those of you that don't know anything about me and my process, 2.5 years ago, when I first got really, almost 3 years now, got really sick, I was in blackout pain a lot of the days. My pyoderma gangrenosum, which is an autoimmune disease that causes your skin to basically burst and form wounds and ulcers and sores that spread pretty much daily throughout your body. Couldn't sit, couldn't sleep, couldn't function, couldn't roll over, couldn't be changed, couldn't be cleaned up without pain medication. Was also coming off of being an alcoholic for 15, 20 years of my life, so I was going through withdrawals from that as well. I don't even know what I acted like back then. For those that came and saw me in June or July of 2018, I'm sure I was an absolute dumpster fire. So I decided that I need to kick these things too. So I've tapered down from those. At one point of my life, I was on 70 to 75 milligrams a day of Dilaudid. Dilaudid is an extremely powerful pain medication, narcotic, that causes hallucinations, which my roommate had to deal with quite a bit. I would tell him to come pick me up, and I thought I was at my great-grandmother's house who died in the early 2000s. It was a rough experience. That spurred me to take Seroquel because Seroquel helps with hallucinations. Seroquel also helps with getting you to be fat again because you are just insatiably hungry all the damn time. Also has some negative side effects about my body that I'm not really happy with. It causes some parts of my body to be enlarged more than I would like. Working on that, getting that done hopefully. But I decided to step down from that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I decided this week, because I got little to no advice about this, that I could just stop taking pain meds in general. I've been on a 24-hour pain med, literally a 24-hour pain med for about 1.5 years. So I've had pain meds in my body 24 hours a day for about 1.5 years. I decided Monday afternoon, after consulting my quote-unquote doctor here, that I would stop taking meds in general. No more pain meds. Cold turkey. That was a mistake. Wednesday was one of the worst days of my life. Hunched over pain, vomiting, at least a dozen times. Couldn't drink water because water would come back up. Couldn't eat, couldn't function, couldn't sit, couldn't lay down, couldn't think. Almost called 911 myself. I got some really good advice from a really good friend, Mr. Zim, and then a nurse here who is one of the best nurses I've ever encountered in my process here. And they both advised me that that was a really, really stupid ass idea. So step down again from those, more manageable now. My body's literally 3 days later, still not really normal, but we're getting there. For those who have an opportunity to start taking pain meds, if they're in minor pain, please don't. Smoke oregano, smoke weed, smoke peyote, whatever. Don't take pain meds. The effects on your body disturbed me. I'm embarrassed by it. I don't like having no control over my body. I understand I can't fix that, but crazy. In addition to that, I decided to get back in with consultation to physical therapy, as well as some occupational therapy, as well as some speech therapy. Speech therapy is just a kind of a procedural thing here to process my cognition to see if I'm okay to go out in the real world, which wasn't really hard to do for me. Physical therapy is going well. It's been 2 weeks now. I get up every day. I get stretched in the morning for about 15-20 minutes. I stand for about half an hour off and on, and then I ride a bike for about 15-20 minutes every day. But the end result of that was yesterday, for a progress note, this is I might get a little emotional here. I was able to use the parallel bars and walk about 8 to 10 feet forward and back. It's the first time I've walked since June 4th of 2018. Then later on, after that, I was with occupational therapy, and she asked if I could stand up and prop myself with one hand on a countertop to hold my balance, and then put these little cones inside of a cabinet. I did that. I sat back down in my chair and I started crying. And the occupational therapist, who's very sweet, she was like, "Oh, this is really, what's wrong?" I used to really bitch about how much money I made. I used to bitch about traffic. I used to bitch about my friends not reaching out enough, or I couldn't see so and such, or I used to bitch about things that were never important. In the past 3 years has changed my perspective on life in ways that I will never be able to really quantitate or qualify to a lot of individuals. Yeah, it's crazy. So we have new goals with therapy. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we're trying to hopefully maybe get me into a walker environment going forward. My right hip there's nothing left in my hip socket, basically. It sheared away a part of my pelvis. So my right leg is pretty much permanently bowed outward. It can't straighten up and it can't stiffen up. So walking I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to do whatever they ask me to do because that's what I do. It's been a crazy month. I feel more accomplished this past month than I have in years. I feel more clear mentally than I have in years. I feel better physically, except this past week, than I have in years. It's time to get back. Time to get back in the saddle. Time to get back on the horse. All those little, things you want to say about this process, but it's time. So, that's the update. It's been a lot of stuff going on. It's been a crazy ride, but just wanted to check in and kind of give you guys an update on what's happening. I don't post as much on social media as I used to. I really don't care to anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't. My friends left here, and I had a few pretty good friends here. they've moved somewhere else, so this place has become pretty lonely. But that's okay too. It allows me to really focus on, trying to get things done. But there's hope. There's more hope in my body than I've experienced in a very, very, very long time. I've come to peace with a lot of the past few years. Finally, I've come to peace with a lot of people who weren't there like I thought they would be. I've come to peace with my career fulfillment not being anyone else's fault but mine. I've come to peace with my life will be different now, but it's going to be even better because I appreciate everything so much more, which we all should. So that's it. That's the news update. A lot of stuff to get into, but just want to let you guys know what's going on. Hope you guys are all doing well. I did take a video of me walking. If anybody would like to see that, holler at me and let me know. Parts of my body don't look how I want them to look right now, so I'm not really happy to show that to everybody I know, but I'll get that fixed too. I still work out 4 or 5 days a week. It's just I can't do cardio and I can't burn fat the way I want to. So anyways, just want to fill you guys in. I love you guys very much. Hope you're all doing extremely well. Like, subscribe, comment, dislike, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me I look like a goof, whatever. I just hope you're having a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.